begin our class in Vajrasana. Vajrasana, you are sitting on your heels. So feel free to get a block just to ease up the pressure between the floor and the tops of your feet. Yeah, so you can either get a block, or better yet, if you don't have a block, feel free to get some books. I'm sure most of you are readers, so you can get a set of books and then just create something that looks like a block from the books. Vajrasana is a very key posture because it's one of the only yoga postures you can do on a full stomach. Okay, so once you create a throne with your books, find yourself into sitting and then just see how my spine is straight. So you want to get this kind of straight spine when you're sitting in Vajrasana. You may feel some bit of pain on your knees. Again, feel free to get a blanket just to pad your knees, and then that eases the pressure between the floor and your knees. It brings some thickness to the mat. And if you feel that pain on your ankles, again, feel free to place this blanket or get maybe some pillow and just cushion the tops of your feet on the floor using that blanket. And then once you do that, find yourself into a comfortable sitting position. Gently close your eyes and welcome yourself into the space by taking 3 deep breaths. Inhale. Thank you for joining us again into the channel. Feel free to subscribe, click like, click share. It's another amazing episode of openness this month. Gently roll your shoulders up and back and then open your eyes. It may not be as intense as the wheel posture that you're seeing on the screen, but any yoga instructor worth his salt will not allow you to get into camel without some serious warm-up. It's a backbend. So come into tabletop. So inhale, arch your back and gaze up, and then exhale, you round your back. We call this the cat and cow stretch. Let's do 4 more of those. Inhale, arch your back and gaze up, and then exhale, round your back. 3 more to go. Breathe in, arch your back and gaze up. Exhale, round your back like an angry cat. Feel that spine. Inhale, arch your back and gaze up, and then exhale, belly to spine. On the last inhale, I want you to arch your back and look up with an inhale and then hold. Stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. With an exhale, round that back, exhaling everything out, gazing towards the spine. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come onto a neutral spine position and then find yourself into lying on your belly. So the next warm-up you're going to do is a back bend. We call this cobra. So, lie on your belly with your favorite cheek on the mat and then bring your hands by your sides. Then I want you to gently bend your elbows and bring them towards your chest. So make sure you're hugging your elbows towards each other. You're not pressing your hands like, you're not using so much pressure to press your hands, and then just lift yourself up into cobra and feel that mini back bend on your lower back. Make sure that you're not lifting your pelvis. It's not an upward facing dog, but it's just a cobra. Stay here for 2 and 1, and then gently release your torso back to the floor. And then I want you to bring your forearms down. Bring your forearms down. We are going to do another mini cobra, and then just lift up, and then I want you to gaze up, gaze up, gaze up. It's a very simple cobra. You're not engaged in anything. Pelvis is down on the floor. Gaze up, and then gently bring your face into neutral position and just look forward. We call this the Sphinx pose, just to ease the pressure from that back bend. And then gently lower down, and then tuck your toes and lift yourself into a downward facing dog. Feel that amazing stretch on the spine. You can walk your down dog, walk your right leg, walk your left leg. And then once you're ready, find yourself onto your knees. So we are ready now. So a few basic things before we get into camel posture. So one common mistake people tend to do is puff their pelvis forward. So you want to bring your hands behind your back and place them on your sacrum. Sacrum is this bony plate at the base of your spine. So you want to put the heels of your palms on this place throughout this entire posture. And then you're not puffing your pelvis forward. when you push the sacrum down, it slightly tilts your pelvis forward. It gives you that bit of tuck, yeah? So I don't need to really push it forward, because when I push my pelvis down, see, it tucks my pelvis forward. And then you want this kind of movement, because this helps you now lengthen the tailbone down towards the knees, and that's the kind of alignment you want to have in a camel posture. And then another common mistake is that people tend to bend their thighs. When the chest bends, the thighs bend together with the chest. You want to keep the thighs engaged at all times. So you need to make an internal rotation of the thighs, and then make sure that they are straight at all times. You can use a wall just to find that kind of alignment. So I'm pressing against a wall in this demonstration. And then this is the kind of alignment you want throughout the entire posture. Okay? And then one last thing, somebody may ask, I can't get to my my heels. So you can either get a block, get 2 blocks and just place them alongside your heels. And then when you start getting into the posture, as we have demonstrated just in the earlier demonstrations, so with these blocks just next to your heels, as you bend, you can either choose to stay, either leave your hands on your waist, or better yet, so that you can access the block. I'm using a water bottle in this case just to demonstrate the alignment of this posture. So yeah, so use the blocks as your supporting props in case you want to access that part. Or better yet, just tuck your toes, because it lifts your heels higher, so you don't really need to strain. So good job. So you release again the posture by tucking your chin in first, and then bring your hands to your waist, and then come into Vajrasana. So you're ready now. So I'm going to give a few cues on how to get into the posture. So remember, we are pushing the sacrum down, and then that kind of tilts the pelvis forward, and then it pushes the tailbone down, and then gently you are lifting. You engage your belly. Inhale by engaging your belly, and then reach your tailbone down towards your knees, and then you create space between your lower vertebra. Okay, and then if it's there for you, you can reach your heels, but it's perfectly fine to remain with your hands on your waist. And then make sure, key things, the knees are hip width distance apart, the thighs are perpendicular to the floor, your shins are parallel to each other, and the tops of your feet are on the floor. And then you release the posture by tucking your chin in first, and then bring your hands to your waist, and then you sink back into Vajrasana. So with these cues, let's get into the posture. So come onto your knees. Place the heels of your hands on your sacrum, fingers are pointing down. And then inhale to engage the belly and reach your tailbone down towards your knees. Create that space between your lower vertebra. And then with an inhale, lift your sternum up, drawing your elbows towards each other. Allow those rib cages to expand. Chest raised, spine long, core engaged, chin tucked. Bring your hands to your heels. Keep lifting through the sternum. And then roll your shoulders up and back, bringing your shoulder blades towards your spine. Don't pinch your shoulders, this will end up tensing the neck. And then make sure you don't crunch over again by squeezing your butt. Make sure that the buttocks are relaxed. And then stay here for 30 seconds. And then tuck your chin in, bring your hands to your waist, and then sink into your heels. And then once you sink into your heels, I want you to find yourself into child's pose. So child's pose is a very complementary posture for that back bend, because remember, you arched your spine, so you want to round your back just to neutralize the spine. We are so used to the spine, we are used to slouching, and our ribs are always, our shoulders are always rounded. So camel pose is very good just to open the entire body and at least bring that flexibility to the spine. So stay here and catch your breaths for a while, and then gently, so that you can find yourself into sitting, into Vajrasana, the kneeling posture where we started, so that we're able to seal our class. So once you're in Vajrasana, close your eyes and take 3 deep breaths, reflecting on the openness that is camel posture. Camel posture opens your heart. Last deep breath in, bring your hands to heart center. Openness does not come from resisting our fears, but rather from getting to know them well. One last deep breath in. We bow down and say Namaste. Thank you.